So the title of this web class is Five Proven Business Models for Passive Income. And a lot of the models that I've shared on this right now that I'm going to be sharing with you, the models that I've tried and tested myself, and I'll show some examples as well so you can get an idea on how this works. Um, so a lot of the lessons I'm actually teaching here is actually from an event called Wealth Mastery Live. I know a lot of you who are on tonight's live web class with me is I know a lot of you are actually going to be coming to the event. So I want to share some of the strategies with you now to kind of give you some ideas of the thoughts you want to be thinking about. Treat this as like a pre-training for the event. So one of the things I'll be sharing with you in this live web class is the best trends. Well, I say for 2017, it's actually 2018 because we are now in the new year. So, what are the biggest trends right now for 2018 and what's really working, what's not working? You see, the market has changed over the last 5 years, and how we used to do business 5 or 10 years ago is very different to how we do it now. And when I say this, there's a lot of people graduating from university, and the traditional methodology is to go to university, get a job, and then work for somebody else. Whereas now it's go to school, get a university degree, graduate, and then become a freelancer. And I see a lot of people who are now graduating are actually starting to start their own businesses. Also, as well, is I'm going to show you how to actually grow your business faster as well. So I know at least 49% of you who are watching tonight, it's some of the strategies that I personally use as well. So a lot of that's got to do with marketing, with sales, operations, systems, and also finding a profitable niche in a business as well. I'm also a lot of people who are in the startup phase. Maybe they've quit their job, they want to start something new now, and now they want to get the business off the ground. So I find a lot of the times when people want to start their own business, the hardest thing is kind of getting it off the ground, and it's really the sticking point. And the last one is I'm going to talk about how to actually brand yourself for more exposure. So if you don't know, I've got around 2 million people follow me on social media, and I managed to build that up over 2 years. And I've figured out exactly how to get a lot of people sharing your posts, following your work, and also growing your audience. Because if you've got something to sell but no one knows that you're selling it, and because in business you got to sell something in order to make money, and if no one can see you, you then become invisible, right? Is this making sense, by the way, or would you agree with that? If that, you've got a if no one knows that you exist, then it's really hard to do business. If you agree with that, just type in yes for me. By the way, I like to keep these interactive as well because I can kind of see your comments coming in and I'm presenting at the same time. So I do apologize if you've got a question and I'm not able to answer that immediately. All right. So Sarah, Delina, Hillis, Andre, Carl, Paul, Matt, fantastic. So for Ben, for the 52% of you who've never heard me speak before, I speak all around the world on the topic of business and entrepreneurship. And I've spoken all around the world in front of thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And I share this message, and I've been doing this for 10 years now. I'm also the author of the best-selling book, The Wealth Dragon Way. And my story is I started when I was 21 years old, and my first business was real estate, and I'll show you how I was able to earn a lot of money from real estate, and then I used the money from real estate to invest into businesses. So I'll show you some of the things that we're doing. I appear on quite a few TV shows and also publications as well. I was interviewed by Fortune 500 magazine. I was featured in the Edge magazine. I also consult with people and who come to me for advice. Maybe some of you recognize this guy. His name is Jimmy Choo, and he's a very good friend of mine now. And although I consult Jimmy, Jimmy also consults me when it comes to business and entrepreneurship as well. So we're very good friends, and we hang out and we talk about a lot of this stuff. So I want to share with you some of the things that have really worked and some of the things that also used to work but not currently working. So the top 5 wealth creation trends right now. If you want to earn an extra income, what most people do is they go out and they get another job. Unfortunately, when you get another job, it takes up more time. So one of the best ways, one of the first places where I started in property investing, and one of my first houses I bought for 85,000, and I sold for 185,000, and so that 100 grand became our seed capital for the business. Another good strategy is also online businesses as well. Let me ask you, actually, those of you who are in business, can you just type in what line of business you're in? You can just type in what line of business you're in. Haley says, "How old are you now?" I'm getting old now, Haley. I'm 37. So yes, I'm getting a little bit old. Um, we've got Miko's a career. Carl, you're an IT student recruitment, independent massage therapist, hypnotherapy and NLP, IT consultancy, art painter. I sell kitchens. Okay, yeah, just type in what business you're in. And what I'll do is, as I go through this presentation, I'm going to show you how some of the online strategies can actually help you get more clients. So if you're doing hypnotherapy and NLP, for example, you can use a lot of online strategies for marketing to bring these people into your business. Okay. The next one is currency trading. So a lot of you right now, you all have money in the bank, and the problem is the bank is not giving you a good ROI. So one of the fastest ways to increase your income is to trade. Now, I know a lot of you have maybe been on holiday, right? So if you go on holiday, what happens is you need to go to the foreign exchange counter and you'll change your pounds. If you go to US, you change your pound into a dollar. Or maybe a lot of you have heard of cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin, or maybe you've heard of Apple or Netflix or Facebook, all these are company stocks. So there's lots of different things you can trade, and currency is one of them. So I'll talk a little bit about that today as well. We talk about passion-based businesses. So passion-based business is those of you who've got a passion, right? So raise your hand, or not, I said raise your hand because I'm normally in an event. I want you to type in if you're passionate about something, right? If you're passionate. So type in something that you're passionate about, right? Steve says the lost money in FX. Yes, a lot of people do, unfortunately, because they're not trading with the right strategies. In fact, I'll teach you a really good strategy that a hedge fund friend of mine uses. This guy trades millions, so I'll share with you some of the things that he does as well. So I love designing kitchens, right? So Haley, if you um, got paid to do a lot of kitchens, that'd be good. Jonathan, personal development. If you got paid for personal development, that would be good. Penelope, art and coaching. If you got paid for art and coaching, that would be good. Recruitment, okay. Michael, commodities and trading, import, export, passionate about floristry. So Jennifer, if you could create a business around floristry and you got paid to do that, that'd be pretty good. Sarah says, just straight up make money. High five. All right. So, okay. So there's lots of stuff. Business, writing books, photography, Andre, we've got Melvin, who's interested in software development. We're meant to be famous. Okay, well, it's very easy to do that when you're on social media. So I'll teach you some of the ways that you can actually make yourself famous. All right. So passion-based business is pretty good, and also capital raising. So one of the biggest things right now, wealth creation, is like a concept called OPM. So OPM stands for other people's money. So the whole idea is to find lots of people who've got a lot of money, and then you use their money to invest in things, and then you make money from it. Or you can do something called a joint venture. So these are some of the top 5 principles and trends, and actually I cover a lot of these in a lot more detail at an event called Wealth Mastery Live. So I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end, where a lot of you can come as my guest. So stay all the way to the end, and I will tell you a little bit more about that. Okay, so let's talk about property investing. So when I first started learning, like one of the best ways to get results is to find other people who have got results. So I remember reading a book, and the book talked a lot about property investing, and it basically talked about the fundamental concept of why people buy property. So one of the reasons why people buy property is because it makes what we call passive income. So let's say right now a lot of you are in a job, you have to earn money, you have to make money every single time per hour. But when you have a house, let's say a mortgage is £500, but you can rent out the property. And here's the secret: you have to rent it for more than what the mortgage is. A lot of people buy it and it doesn't cover the mortgage. So in this case, 800 minus 500 will give you a profit of £300. Now, if you look at that in a job, that's like, it's almost, that's like every £50, like £1,000 pay rise. And for those of you who are in property, in business, for example, a lot of you need money to grow your business. The only way you can leverage money is if you have a property portfolio. So if you're in a job, this is good for replacing your income. If you're in a business, it's good for an asset base to go to the banks, because when you ask the bank for money, they're going to say, well, how am I going to secure the money? Right. So it's based. So this is how we actually invest in property. So imagine right now you got 2, 4, 6, 8. You got 10 houses. So 10 houses. If each one is making you £300, then you're making an extra £3,000 a month. And here's what I love about this: if you get the strategy right, you don't actually have you heard the concept that you don't have to work. Don't work in your business. You want to work on your business. Has anyone ever heard that saying before? If you have, type in 2 and hit enter for me. Type in 2 if you've ever experienced that before, right? So this is how we start to invest in property. We buy property and then we rent them out and then we make an income, right? So cash flow here would be £3,000 passive income. So it's also a good if you're in business as well, and you know problem with business is 95% of businesses fail in the first 5 years. So you might want to diversify your money as well. So that works out pretty well. So I was telling you, this is one of the first houses I bought, purchased for 85,000, and I sold it for 185,000. The gross profit was 100 grand. So if you look at it, one of the first reasons why I decided to invest in property is because I wanted enough money to be able to not have to work. Because my job, even though I kind of loved it, I used to be an animator. I don't know if any of you on here right now are an animator, but I was an animator and I was earning some decent money. I was on £36,000 a year, and I was earning a couple of grand a month. And I just said to myself, hold on a second, instead of having to work really hard in the business, the first thing that you got to do, you got to get your time back. Because I think one of the reasons why people don't succeed is because they don't have time. So what I decided to do is I decided to buy and sell one house, and that was equivalent to 2.8 years worth of living cash flow, right? When I say living cash flow, it means once I sold that house, I could just sit on the sofa watching Netflix for 2.8 years without doing anything. Does that sound pretty cool, by the way? Well, maybe it's not such a good idea to watch Netflix for 2.8 years. You probably get really fat. But the goal is to be able to earn income to give you the freedom and choice. A lot of people come to Wealth Mastery Live because they want to learn how to make an additional income. So they have the choice to stay at home with the kids. I get a lot of stay-at-home mums who have another baby. They don't want to go back to work because now you got 2 babies. It costs more money. You have to get a job, right? So the property myth, a lot of people think, is you need your own money to buy. You don't. Or people say, I can't get a mortgage, so I can buy. So you don't actually need a mortgage either. I have no experience, therefore it's too risky. Well, if you have no experience, you need to learn from someone who's got experience. I don't have a deposit, so I can't buy houses. You don't need a deposit. And number 5, there are no bargain houses in the area. These are the 5 top property myths. And I can tell all of you right now, and I can guarantee you this, I break every single one of these myths. When you guys come to Wealth Mastery Live, I'll share with you in much deeper context on how that actually works. In fact, this is one of my students, Harjit, says, I'm so happy that I made the shift in life to follow Wealth Dragons. It's really changed me as a person and as an entrepreneur. And he bought 19 properties in 13 months and more to come this year. Thank you so much, John Lee and Vincent Wong. For those of you that don't know Vincent Wong is my mentor when it comes to property investing. And he's one of these guys that he actually wrote the book Property Entrepreneur. So if anyone wants a really good book on property, make sure you check out the book Property Entrepreneur. By the way, are you enjoying this so far? If you are, then just type in yes for me. Type in yes. Juliet says, I'm not able to comment on the webinar. Yes, you can, because I can see your comment. Paul Max says, there are stay-at-home dads, mate. I used to be one. Yeah, when I say stay-at-home mums, I mean, you missed the first slide. It said stay-at-home mums and dads. So, yeah, I've also got a very good friend who's also a stay-at-home dad as well. All right, cool. By the way, do me a favor. If you haven't done so already, do me a favor and share this. www.bit.ly/WD web class. So I've put a link there like that. And here we go. And if you could do me a favor and just share that link into your where is it? Oh, it's gone. Just share that into your Facebook posts and into your Instagram and YouTube and LinkedIn. And the reason for this is When I teach a lot of people, they get all excited. And what happens is they go home, talk to their friends about it, and their friends have no experience and no idea on one of the things I'm talking about because they're not entrepreneurs, they're not business owners. So the reason why I want you to share this and get your friends to come on is because when I teach you, your friends will learn at the same time. And then next time you're at the pub or you're out shopping, you've got something to talk about and you both are in agreement. All right. This is another one of my students, Marina Dahan, and she was signing a purchase contract for a Dutch property. So she's done a lot of property deals in Holland, and one of the things she's able to do is control property. So if you've ever heard of the saying, "Never own anything, control everything," right? Never own anything, control everything, and that's a way she's able to now control properties by using contracts. All right, let's talk about online business growth. So online business growth, the reason why online business is so good, it's open 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. If you were to go and buy a shop in central London or wherever you guys are watching, where are you guys dialing in from? Can you just give me a location where you guys are actually dialing in from? Lawrence Ben says, yes, I enjoy listening to you. Thanks, I appreciate that. We've got Maria from London, David from London, we've got Jamelia from Czech Republic, Haley from London, Paul from Glasgow, Jonathan the Netherlands, Victor from Slovakia. We've got Coventry, Reading, Cyprus, Manchester, Yorkshire, Nottingham, Cyprus, Winchester, right? Spud from Winchester, Greater London, Surrey, North Yorkshire, Godalming. Ah, Sarah, I know where that is. Godalming, interesting place. Amsterdam, Argentina. Wow, thank you so much. So if you were to buy a shop in any one of these locations, it would cost you a lot of money. But with an online business, you can get started very, very cheap. And one of the things I love about this is that when you put an online business, businesses that are in a physical location have restriction from the traffic that comes in. So if I have a shop in central London, I only have thousands of people. But if I have it online, I have a global exposure to millions of people around the world. And so number three is you can actually sell your products to services. So when the online business is open, people, the business model, they go to your shop, they buy even while you sleep. And it's also low cost to start. So online business, here are some of the things that you want to start thinking about. The first one is you want to build an online shop. The second one is you want to advertise your products and services to sell on that shop. The third is you want to gain a lot of exposure so people know the shop exists. And then you want to make sales 24/7 a day. So we can also use this for offline businesses as well. So there's a shop in London that sells like these pancakes, and they're really nice pancakes. And they use online, and now every single day outside there's a queue that's like an hour long, right? Because they use a lot of social media to drive the exposure to their shop to buy stuff. All right, so here's an example of a property course that I created. Now, one of the best things to create to sell online is an online course. So if you can create an online course for £100 and you can sell, I don't know, let's say you do £100, you can sell 100 of them. So 100 times 100 is £10,000. So if you can sell 100 of them, that's okay, right? And if you do 100 divided by 30, if you sell 3 a day, 30 days in a month, you can make 10 grand a month. So this is what I do with a lot of mine. So you want to build an online shop. Then you want to use things like distribution networks. So social media now has the power to distribute all this stuff out there. So let me give you an example. Let me ask you another question, actually. How many of you actually follow me on social media, right? So do you follow me on social media? If you do, then just click yes. If you don't, then just click no. All right. And it's interesting to see how many of you actually do follow me on social media and how many that don't actually follow me on social media. So I'll give you a couple of seconds whilst I just take a drink. All right. So start finishing up. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And pause right there. Pause right there. All right. So 58% of you follow me on social media and 40% of you do not follow me on social media. So one of the reasons why I mentioned this is because social media now has become the easiest distribution platform. Someone said, oh, I want to be famous. I tell you, the amount of people that stopped me in the street and said, oh my God, you're John Lee. or I've been on a plane, they recognize me, or I'm in a restaurant, I get the best, tables in the restaurant. So I recently went into a car garage to buy a car, and they knew who I was, and they gave me a really, really good deal. So how to invest in property and create passive income. If you actually type in how to invest in property, I become actually number one in the world, right? Because I'm able to get a lot of exposure doing that. So I also do the same on Instagram. So if you haven't added me on if you haven't added me on YouTube, just go to YouTube, type in John Lee, and just click on my channel and subscribe. If you're not following me on Instagram, then just go to the search bar up here and just type in John Lee. When I took this screen grab, I had around 210,000 followers, but now it's sitting around maybe 250, 260, something like that. So, and the way you get a lot of followers is by making a lot of consistent posts, right? And also, I've got a lot of Facebook pages. So this one here, when I took the screen grab, I had 43,000 followers and likes. It now has 1.6 million followers and likes, and it's growing day by day. So I got a lot of these different Facebook pages, and the reason why I've got so many is because you can now create a Facebook page, get followers, and sell it to somebody else, right? So this is what we call virtual real estate flipping, which is another thing I'll be covering at the Wealth Mastery Live event. The reach, so when I did this, there was reaching like 500,000 people. It reaches a lot more than that sometimes. And here's how I do it. So I use a lot of social media to drive. And in this very short period, just from one product, I made 20,000 completely passively from February to February, right? So yeah, it was a pretty good strategy to use. And we just set it and then you just forget it, all right? So growing your business is a few things you want to know. Number one is traffic. So traffic is the amount of people that know that you exist. So it's very simple. The more people that know you exist, the more people will acquire about what you have to sell, and then the percentage of those will turn into people that actually buy products and services from you. So this is the very three-step growth model for your business. So 3 ways to grow your business: traffic, leads, and conversion, right? So I call this TLC. Everyone do me a favor, type in TLC and hit enter. TLC and hit enter. All right. I have a very bad credit to start with. Is it any way out? Yes, wisdom. There's lots of different ways you can do that. A lot of people that come to me and come to Wealth Mastery Live, they've had a business, they made a lot of money, they lost it, they went bankrupt, and now they want to start again, right? So, it is possible to start. In fact, if you look at all big entrepreneurs, like all the most biggest famous entrepreneurs out there, have lost everything at one point in their life, right? So that's how you grow a business. So the growing the business. So let's give an example. Let's say you sell a product for £100. So if you get 1,000 clients and they pay £100, then you make 100 grand. In fact, a lot of my students, the first goal I give them is 10 grand mark. Then we go from 10 grand to 100 grand, then 100 grand to a million. Right? I made my first million at the age of 27, right? And just using the same formula I'm showing you now. So the first way you want to double your income is by getting twice as many clients. So those of you who are in business right now, if all you did was just get twice as many people to come, then guess what's going to happen? Your income will just double because you have twice as many people. So we've gone from 1,000 to 2,000. Now, if you want to double your income again, then you have to double what you charge. So instead of paying £100 for your product, they pay £200. So 2,000 people, double the amount of clients paying double the amount of fees gives you 400 grand. Now, if you want to double it again, then you need to get them to buy from you twice a year. So if once a year they spend 200 and you get them to spend again in that year, they spend 400. So 2,000 times 400 is 800. So that's how you can almost 10x your business income. One of the things that I cover, I have a guest speaker who actually will be coming to my event, and I pick his brains on how we can actually use these methodologies, and everyone can do this now. They say that the playing field has leveled for everybody, right? So you don't have to be a Google or a Facebook now to be big. You can be the little person who's still big as well. Right, so we got online business myths. So what are they? I have to be good at computers. No, you don't. I don't need a product to sell. Well, here's the thing: you can either sell there's 5 different business models when it comes to online business. So I'll just say these very quickly. You sell your own product, number 1. Number two, you sell other people's products. Number three is that you actually use it to grow your own business. Number four, use it to grow other people's business. Or I've had a lot of people who've actually attended my events before and they've used that for the last one. Step number five is to get a job. So one of the most sought after jobs right now is someone who can generate leads and make sales for companies. And if you can do that, you'll command a six-figure salary. One of the myths, you need a lot of money to start a business. Well, I've just told you why you don't need to do that. Number four is I don't know how to make websites. You don't need to know how to make websites or understand any coding whatsoever in order for you to be very good at this. Also, maybe some of you say, I'm too old for this. All right. Okay. So next strategy, currency trading. Right. So currency trading, you can do it from anywhere in the world. It's flexible. You can do it in your own time. In fact, trading only takes about an hour or less a day, right? And once you've learned how you can trade, you can do literally just requires less and less time. We have a lot of students who attend Wealth Mastery Live, and then they go on to some of our advanced programs, our mentor and coaching programs, and then they actually make more money in the commute to work than they do in a whole month, literally working in their job. I had one guy, Aiden, who came, actually Marcus Suto, who's actually on the call now. He literally did a lot of coaching with him, and he went on holiday and he was on the beach and he was trading. He made back all his money that he paid for the holiday, which is pretty amazing. It's also recession proof because currency always moves regardless of the climate. Either it moves up, down, or sideways. And what you have to learn to do is, how do I know if it's going up, down, or sideways? So someone before said that they lost a lot of money on Forex. It's because you got to work out the trend, right? You have to have an indication when the trend's going to go up or down. And you also have to have your stop losses so you don't lose everything. Then you also have to have rules like not risking more than 1% or 2% of your account, right? And the whole idea is to get a higher ROI. So if it's done right in the right way, you could get a higher ROI. But again, I have to be responsible and say currency trading, crypto, Bitcoin, stocks and shares, commodities, gold, silver, all of that stuff can be traded from your phone and from anywhere in the world. So, the currency trading skills, some things you need is you got to see the trend. So is it going up, down, or sideways? And all you have to do is, and the way you make money is if you think it's going down, you click sell. And when it moves down by a number of points, how many points it moves down by, you make money, right? Two, you got to know when to enter. A lot of people actually don't know when to enter. Number three, when to exit. So this is one of the reasons why people lose money in Forex or any type of trading. The market's going up, so they stick in the market too long, and they go, "Oh, what if it keeps going up?" Right? You got to get out. You have to have your ratios right. At the live event, I'll be talking about different ratios that you need in order for you to make consistent wins, and you only have to be right 30% of the time. And also managing your risk as well. So you have to learn how to manage your risk and not risking more than 1% of your trading account. So currency trading myths is I'm not good at maths. I've never traded before. Trading's risky. It is if you don't know what you're doing. I can't read the charts. Well, if I open up some charts, you'll be able to see very, very easily whether the market's going up or down. Or maybe some of you may have tried it before and think, oh, actually, it's a bit complicated. I'm not sure how it works. Well, listen to this. Anyone can do this. One of my oldest students is 75 years old. My youngest student, I have parents that bring their kids into our events just so they can learn a lot of these methodologies. Okay, let's talk about passion-based businesses now. So how do you get a business off the ground? First of all, there's the difference between motivation versus passion or purpose. And, the whole idea is to get started right away. And the way you do that is you got to solve people's problems. So right now, all of you, you're working in the job, you want to start something, but you're not sure what to start. Well, I always say start off with a passion-based purpose business. And then you get paid to do what you love to do. So for me, I get paid a lot of money to fly around the world and to inspire people all around the world, right? I mean, right now I can retire anytime. I could have retired years ago, but I continue to do what I do because I'm just so passionate about it. Like I hear people's ideas and what they want to do. They have no idea on how to get there, and I just know the exact route that I can map out for them to get to where they want to get to because I've spent 10 years doing it myself. So by the way, if any of you on here would like some coaching, then I'm going to give you a number in a second, and you can just message this number. I'll get you some coaching with some of my consultants because one of the things I said is that when I make it, I want to help other people do this. Obviously, it's not practical for me to have consultations with everybody. That's why I've got to do like 1 to like 2,000 or 3,000 people. But this year I'm going to fly into Cyprus, Singapore, Malaysia, Dubai, and maybe making a few trips to the US. So, my goal is really now to empower 1 billion people around the world. And what I realize is that if you help more people get what they want, then you get what you want. If you're not making money right now, it's probably because you're not helping enough other people make money. Okay, so passion-based businesses. Here are different niches that you can go down. You got health, meditation, travel, parenting, singing, dancing, styling, personal branding, dating, finance. There's all these different things you can do. So I'll show you some examples. This guy here, he's got a shop that he sells, but where he sells products and services. But this video teaches people how to keep their shirt tucked in, and he's got like 1.1 million people who watched this video. Imagine how much money he made from selling products and services. This lady here, Zoella, she's got 11 million people following her, and she makes a fortune because she's passionate about makeup. This person here, Jason Chen, he's a singer. He loves singing. So he's got 1.4 million people following him, and people now buy his singles. This one music video had 19 million views. And this guy here, Gregor Gallagher, he's got 300,000 people following him, and he talks about how to get a six-pack and how to do intermittent fasting, which is pretty amazing. This guy here, Matthew Hussey, he teaches women how to get the guy. He's got 657,000 people following him. And, the great thing about this is that, these people are doing what they were born with a natural gift. Like a lot of you right now, does anyone here have like a natural gift? Can you type it in for me? Like, what are you naturally good at? What are you naturally good at? Hillary says, how do I respond? You just type it in. Yasmin says, how do you retain the customers once you increase the product price? By customer loyalty, and you have to have some kind of customer reward system as well. For example, my wife is a sucker for Harrods. They keep sending her, she just got upgraded to the top. Like you can get these American Express, like really exclusive cards, like the Centurion cards, it's got no limits on them. Well, Harrods just gave my wife this card, and it's like the top tier that you can get. And every time she spends on it, she gets all these points back. So it encourages her to spend more money. So, it's crazy. So naturally, Claudia, you're naturally good at singing. Top Garang, your passion, giving advice and fashion. Krippen says, still looking for the answer. And going to Cyprus, April, do you need a massage therapist? Possibly. I'll be going there in April. So make sure you get in touch with Pavlina, by the way. She's my promoter out there. To give people confidence in what they do. So Delina, one of my students, Agata, she just quit a really highly paid job to now start a business. I'm now mentoring and coaching her, and now her thing's all about confidence, right? So if you can do something that you're passionate about and get paid to do it, this lady, 74,000 followers, and she talks about parenting skills and how to discipline children at different ages. So you can do this with anything. Right. So here are some of the business myths. I don't have the money to start a business. I'm not good with people. There's too much competition. I don't know where to start. I have to do everything myself. It's hard work. This is nonsense, because business, there's actually three parts of the business. You've got marketing, sales, and there's the last part called systems. If you look at McDonald's is a really good system, isn't it? Every one of you right now can make a better burger than McDonald's, but you probably don't make more money than McDonald's because McDonald's has a better system than you, right? So, and the last part is how to get more capital. So you have to be seen as the go-to person in your industry. You have to stay on top of people's minds. You have to get massive exposure. Like, I bet a lot of you either got an email from me, you saw a Facebook post, maybe your friend told you about this. But it really, you got to build relationships and capital. So let's go back to this. So let me go back one. So how much funds do you have to play with right now? So let me launch this. Right. How much funds do you have to either start your business or invest in your business or invest in yourself? So I've put 5 options here: 0, meaning nothing; 10 to 20K; 20 to 40K; 40 to 80K; or 80K plus. Right. So based on how much funds you have to start, for example, if you start with nothing, then one of your strategies has to be what I'm teaching you right now, right? And the way we do that is we use these 4 strategies here, right? I'll show that in a second. So I'll just give you a few more moments to finish up. So, and if you got 10 to 20, that's still a good amount of seed capital to start with, but it's not enough to start growing. 20 to 40K, you're in a more safe zone there. So that will allow you to not just start the business, but invest in marketing, expertise, consultancy. And if you've got 80 grand plus, you're in a very, very good position to start. But a lot of people, when they have, a bit of funds to play with, what happens is they waste it, right? They do the wrong thing. And that's why I think it's so important for all of you to just know where you are, know what type of funds you've got to start. Because if you've got to start nothing, then you have to find a joint venture partner that's actually got that. All right. So start finishing up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause right there. All right. Let's have a look. So 56% of you, zero. So you definitely need to use this how to get more capital strategy. 22% of you, 10 to 20K, 7% 20 to 40, 7% 40 to 80, and 7% 80K plus. So some of you are in a better position than others, but that's what I mean. Like, you're always going to find people who, have got capital, and you're either three types of rich: time rich, cash rich, or knowledge rich. If you're knowledge rich and you find someone who's got cash, that's how I started. I had a lot of time and I went to somebody who was cash rich. So I asked the person, hey, look, can we start a business together? And they said yes. And so that person would fund me. So I would use my knowledge and time and use his money, right? So some of the ways to actually do capital raising, it's very powerful. You got to have the confidence, right? So more confident, better communication, leadership skills, and really you need skills to grow the company. Pitching. When you're pitching for finance, it's no good just having a business model or a business plan. You have to be able to pitch it and grab people's attention so they invest. So one of my companies will be taken public, and it's going to go from a limited company to a public company. And we raised millions for that company. And one of the biggest reasons why we were able to do that was because we were pitching in the right way. And then you can use sources as well. So there's lots of ways to raise finance if you want to use other people's funds and sources. And also the secret here is to follow up, right? You can always be on top of mind. So one of the things I started to do early is I started to have a little black book and put in all the people I meet. I would actually put down who they are and who also they know. So a lot of people say, well, John, it's who you know. It's not who they know, right? But it's actually who knows you. And that's the key to this, right? It's who knows you. So capital raising myths are, there's people not interested in me. I have no confidence, or I'm shy. People don't want to give me money. I'm not good at talking. No one invest in me. I can tell you at Wealth Mastery Live, that's where a lot of people raise money. So for the 56% of you that have no money, you should definitely come to that event, because you're going to find people in there who's got cash who you can actually network with, right? Now, the speaking and coaching steps as well. You got to also have to find the right capital courses, create a powerful presentation. So for those of you say to me, John, I want to do what you do. I want to be able to speak around the world and get paid a fortune to do it. I can tell you my speaking fee is £55,000 just to stand on stage and open my mouth for 90 minutes. That's what I charge, and that's what I've been paid. So, if you were able to fly around the world, first class, business class, 5-star hotels, and you got to impact millions of people and you got paid to do it, would that be pretty cool? Yeah. So that's what we call speaking and coaching businesses. So you see a lot of live coaches, NLP coaches, experts coming up into the field right now because they've been through a lot of this training. I'll talk a lot more about this as well at the event. So you want to present with power and confidence. So again, here I get to speak all around the world. I get to travel. I get to do a lot of media exposure. And what I do, I drive a lot of these. I even get to meet celebrities like Leonardo DiCaprio, Sylvester Stallone, and some really Orlando Bloom, some of these really, really big names. I was on the front cover of Global Woman magazine as well, because I was able to get my message out there to impact many, many lives. And if I've talked to some of the people that I've coached, and I've got a lot of success stories. I'll be sharing a lot of live case studies, people who've come to Wealth Mastery Live, and they wasn't expecting anything, but after 2 days, their life has completely changed, right? So now I get to speak all around the world in front of thousands of people. I now run my own workshops all around the world as well. This was actually out in Kuala Lumpur, but it's full house. Every time I run an event, it's just always full. I get to fly around the world now with my wife, and we get to travel the world, and it's just amazing. And the amount of lives that we've managed to change is just for me, that's the reason why I continue to. That's why I do webinars. That's why I do Facebook Lives. That's why I make posts. That's why I run events, because my number one core value is that leave someone with more value than you found them with, right? And I believe that if you can do that, then you'll achieve anything you want in life. You help other people get what they want, and you get what you want. Would you agree with that? If you agree with that, give me a high five. Type in 5 and hit enter. Type in 5 and hit enter. Thank you. Onola, Dalina, Gabriella, Paul, Jonathan, Michael, Melvin, Yauza Khan, Jamelia, Monica, Penelope. By the way, Monica is another one of my students. She's done really well. So she's my student out in Slovakia, and her website did 120,000 Swiss francs in a year. So it's pretty amazing results. And now we're going to work with her to make it over 7 figures. So let's do that. Penelope, Lauren, Hussein, Yasmin, Nadia, Carl, Danielle. Fantastic, right? So I want to tell you a little bit about Wealth Mastery. By the way, who would like a complimentary ticket to come to my event? Who would like a complimentary ticket? If you do, then just type in yes for me so I can see. Because normally my events are, £2,000 or £1,000, or some of them are even like £10,000. But a lot of you have made the effort to come on tonight, so I want to really help all of you and really make sure that you get a lot of value from this. So, wow, a lot of you say yes, 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 yes. All right, there's too many of you. So let me tell you what the event's about first, and then if you like it, then if I think you're right, then I'll give you a complimentary ticket to come along. But here's the deal: if I do that, right, then you better make sure you show up, because otherwise, a lot of people, they just say they're going to come, then they don't come, and then you waste somebody else's space. So this is some of the events that we talk about. So here's that cash flow model that we talked about. And this is my mentor, Mr. Vincent Wong. So I get a lot of celebrities, international speakers, best-selling authors come to the event as my guest speakers as well. This is the celebrity life coach, Sloan, and she was here. She's in all the magazines, all the publications that you've ever seen. She was there. She was teaching about how to attract the right partner into your life. This is Marcus Suto, one of our top coaches actually for our company, and he's helped many, many people create financial freedom. And these are people who've had no experience, and now they're really touching a lot of lives around the world. And so at Wealth Mastery Live, you're going to learn how to create multiple streams of income. You're going to learn how to build assets, because rich people who are very wealthy, they have one thing in common: they all invest in assets, they don't invest in liabilities. I'm going to show you how to create a passion-based business. I'm also going to show you tons and tons of case studies of people who I've helped, I've coached. And some of them have made millions, some of them have become financially free, some of them earn enough so they don't have to work anymore, some of them have an idea, now this turned into a business that they love to do. So I want to share a lot of case studies with you, because there are so many of these events that you go to, and they just, to be honest, I mean, I don't just say this, a lot of people come to our events and they say how amazing value it is. They can't believe how much value that we give. And because we share so many case studies, and we also show you step by step on how it's done. And also, for those of you that have a business, we're going to show you how to grow your business. Also, how to find a mentor. A lot of people say, well, John, who's your mentor? Like, can you mentor me? Or, like, how do I find a mentor? So I have a lot of mentors in my life. So I'll show you a methodology, 5-step formula, how I find mentors, how to generate more leads and sales. So if you want to make more income, I'll show you how to do that, how to grow your own business. Trading strategies I'll share with you as well. I'm going to try and get my hedge fund manager down as well and see if he can share some insights on trading, because this guy trades millions and millions of pounds. I'm going to introduce some experts and some celebrity speakers. Power networking. This is one of the biggest reasons why people keep coming back to our events, and the reason why they're always sold out, and they just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. We talk about how to create an online business. I'll show you an online business. In the first year, I made 350,000. The second year, I went to 1.5 million. I'm going to show you exactly how I did that step by step, so you can model exactly what I did. I will show you branding strategies as well. Like, how did I get millions of people following me on social media? How do I build a list of hundreds of thousands of people? How do I get in front of millions of people on TV and get in the radio and the newspaper? So, I'm going to show you some of the ways that we can do that. I'll also share with you, this is my biggest secret, social media marketing strategies. So how do we use Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all these strategies. I'll show you exactly how to do that. Investor strategies as well. This is really, really important, because how we're going to take our company to a public offering. It's going to be on the stock exchange, is because you need a lot of investors, right? The latest trends, what's working, what's not working. And also, one of the things I teach at the event, I give you a plan, step-by-step plan. So by the time you leave the event, you'll know exactly what to do. So you don't have to go, oh, what shall I do today? You'll know exactly what to do. And that's one of the key points for this. And the biggest thing is a mind shift. One of the reasons why people always want to invite me out for dinner, they want to meet me all the time, they want to come to an event, is because I shift the way they think, right? Because a lot of us, we go to school, we get a job, we work for somebody else. For me, I'm very different. I just, obviously we have a lot of fear as well that stop us from doing things. So how do you get rid of that fear? How do you have the confidence? How do you switch from all the negative people around you to being positive? How do you stop procrastinating and keep moving forward? How do you act in spite of fear? So I'm going to do a mindset shift. And actually, Marcus is one of the best at this. And I get him to do a whole segment on how we actually can shift your mindset. And he actually does a talk called The 10 Habits of Self-Made Millionaires. He actually did a lot of research on all these millionaires, and he did a lot of research on this. And he came down to 10 principles on why people become millionaires. And if you follow these 10 principles, I think you'll find it very, very fascinating. So Wealth Mastery Live, it's a 2-day event, and it's going to be in London. It's going to be the Radisson Blu Portman Hotel. So it's going to be central London. So for those of you in London, that's great. And, as I said to you, this is by application only. I used to do a lot of events where I just let anybody come, but now we're very picky about people who come because we want the right quality of people. So even if we give you a complimentary ticket, you have to apply for this. So here's how it works. It's by application only. You have to be serious. You have to be available on those dates. You have to attend for both days, and then you also need to help us spread the message. This is why I'm doing this complimentary. So, because a lot of people come to me and say, John, I can't afford to go on one of your more advanced programs. I said, okay, let me give you a sponsorship to this one, right? But the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to help more people, right? And you want to tell me why you should get a sponsored ticket. As again, some of the events we charge £1,000, £2,000, £3,000, and not many people can afford that. That's for our 3-day events, right? And when you click on the link, you tell me why you want to come to the event. We'll then sit down and we'll review your application, and then if we think that the event that you would benefit from the event and that we can really help you, then we're going to call you for a quick interview and just double check with you that you can make these dates, you really want to do this, you're serious. Because it's like sometimes, I get quite frustrated sometimes, because sometimes when I run these big events, I have thousands of people that come, and sometimes people say, John, I'm definitely going to come. So I hire this big venue. It cost me literally thousands and thousands and thousands, and then send me an email saying, oh, John, I can't make it now, or something's happened in the family, or or I'm sick, or they just give me some kind of BS excuse. And that's why we got to really make sure that you're right for this. Okay, so if we think you're right for the event, then we're going to let you attend completely free of charge. How awesome is that? If that's awesome, give me a high five. Give me a high five. Awesome. I appreciate it. Okay, so this is how you apply. Okay, so you want to go to this website, www.wealthmasterylive.com. Okay, so I'm going to copy this link here, copy, and then I'm going to paste this into the chat box here. So if you click on that link, Wealth Mastery Live, it's going to come to a page that looks a little bit like this. And it's got a lot more detail about what I'll be covering. And you can see the feedback from people who've attended the event here as well. If you look at this. See the light of a new day dawning. Feel the love from a beating heart. The name of this event is Wealth Mastery Live. It's very different to a lot of the other events. A lot of people have said, John, who's the speakers? I'm your speaker. You got me for 2 days. No, we can't make it last forever. We've been taught to work hard. We have not been taught to work smart. Right? So a part of what we're going to be doing over the next 2 days is I'm teaching you. Anyway, you can watch that video. It's got a lot of feedback. It's got a little summary of the event. Actually, there's already people registering now. You can see. So every time someone registers, you'll see this little thing that pops up here. And we only have limited spaces for this, by the way. As you can see, every event that we run is completely sold out. I mean, really, it's full, and sometimes people really say, "Oh, John, I really wanted to come, but look, do this early, right? Fill this in." So we've got Genevieve from Slough is attending Wealth Mastery Live. Um, so we got more about this event, the kind of the breakdown of the event. We got testimonials. If you come down here, you can read the testimonials as well. And these are some of my students, by the way. This is Pam. I met John when I was trying to grow my business, and after working with him, he took my business from 700,000 to 1.3 million in 12 months. John's a great mentor, and he really cares. If you ever see John live on stage, you will learn so much that will change your life. You know the amount of people that have sent me emails to say, "John, you've changed my life." Here's the deal. If I ever change your life, then I want you to also help somebody else as well. And I also want you to. The reason why I'm going to let you come, if you get accepted and you come complimentary, is that when you become successful, I would like a testimonial from you. So just give me a testimonial to say, how your life has changed, and just let me use that to inspire other people as well. So I really do appreciate that. So go ahead. You got all the details here. It starts at 9 o'clock, and sorry, 9:30. Finishes at 8 every day. The nearest tube station is Marble Arch and Bond Street. And so yeah, just make sure you get yourself to this event here. All right. So if you click that, just let me know your details. Okay, so just fill in your first name, last name, email address, telephone number, and also why you want to attend the event. Right. So tell me why you would like to attend. We've got Tim from Ilford attending as well. Great job, Tim. All right. So I believe Marcus is on here as well. So I'm going to bring Marcus in this. Marcus, are you here? Because I know you're going to be one of the speakers at the event. Where is Marcus Suto? Hey, Marcus, how you doing?
Hi, John.
How
Hi,
are you?
everybody. Very good, very good. Excited about Wealth Mastery Live in February.
Awesome, awesome. We got a lot of people coming, and it's coming up pretty soon. By the way, if any of you got questions, I want you to type your questions in for me, and so I can answer those questions. I've got probably around 5 or 10 minutes for questions. But Marcus, whilst people are typing the questions, I want to ask you a question. What's one thing people can do to really achieve what they want in life?
The one thing, if I'm going to point it to one thing, it will be the habit number one of top performance, and that is clarity. You want to be clear of what you want to achieve in life, have clarity, clear goals, and be specific. You also want to have this vision, very well described. Okay, the vision of the life you want to achieve, the life you want to live in 20 years. So clarity of purpose, clarity of goals, and have goals that are specific.
Yeah, yeah. I was wondering actually, because we've got so many people that want to come to Wealth Mastery Live. I was wondering if it'd be okay for you to maybe do some coaching with people before they come. Would that be? I mean, if people got questions, can they contact you?
Yes, I'm happy to do that. Okay, yes, they will need to book this tonight.
Okay.
You can either do it through the link, or you can leave my number as well. Send me a quick WhatsApp message. It's the fastest way to reach out to me, and then I'm happy to book everybody that applies for a coaching session. I'm happy to book you today, tomorrow. Okay, and just add value to you. Add value to you. To make this year your best year.
Awesome. So that's Marcus's WhatsApp number. So the WhatsApp number is 07958 877 204. Is that right, Marcus?
That's correct. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, perfect. All right, Marcus, thanks for that. I'm going to put you back onto mute and maybe come back to you in a second. Just see what questions people have got. So Marcus, by the way, is my right-hand person in my organization, and he coaches a lot of my students. So if any of you are looking for coaching, you want some advice, you want to run some ideas before you actually come to the event, if you get accepted, then just send Marcus a WhatsApp so we can kind of send you any relevant information as well. Jerry says, thanks for the event. To attend from Africa is a distance from Nigerian. So can you watch it online and stream it? Unfortunately, we don't. Haley, what time does it start? It starts at 9:30 a.m. in the morning, finishes at 8 p.m. at night. Sarajit, how does a startup hope to sell a service to a multinational company, balance sheet and track record and its latest hurdles? The first thing you need to do, you need to laser target the market. That's the first thing. Second thing is you have to find a pain point. Third is you provide a solution. Four is you actually position and sell it to them. Um, Melvin says, "Do you have any plans to visit Birmingham? All your visits are in London." Yes, they are. Unfortunately, Melvin, I apologize for that. It's just that we get so many international people flying from. We have people flying from Italy, from Spain, from Malaysia, Singapore. We had one person fly from Tokyo with a translator. It was amazing. The event is really just mind blowing. Top Gurung says, I tried to go to the property investor and putting the rent as a private renting. Is it a good idea or not idea? Can you tell me, John? Yeah, best thing to do is if you're going to be a private investor, then be a private investor. Don't be a private landlord, right? So private investor means that you invest, you don't do the DIY stuff. You just rent it and you just collect the money. Yasir says, John, I really need help growing my business, develop in that as well. Okay. And would you really require a mentor or coach, please? Yeah. If you want me for mentoring, I actually have a program where, I take on a handful of students for my mentoring program. In fact, if you're interested in my mentoring program or you want a coach, then just speak to Marcus or any of you that for that matter. Just message 07958 and just say, Marcus, I'm interested in mentoring with John. What's it going to take? Because I do have a criteria. You have to be in business for, X amount of time. You have to be turning over so much. Or you just got to be really passionate about what you do or have an idea about something that you do. Sometimes people come to me and say, John, I want you to mentor me. And then I say, on what? They say, I have no idea. And I say, well, actually, probably it's not for you. Right. So, just drop Marcus a message here. How do I apply? Okay, if you want to apply for the tickets for this event, for an event like this, we normally charge £1,000 for this event. But because a lot of you came on to this live training with me, I'm going to give you a number of complimentary tickets. So if you go to www.wealthmasterylive.com, tell me why you want to come. If I think it's right for you, our team will review your application. We'll give you a call to say, hey, did you fill this application in? Because we've had other people fill an application for somebody else. That's another reason why we have to call, make sure it's you, and also just double check and just triple confirm. And then if we think it's right, then we'll let you come for free, right? So I'm very selective now on people who, and one of the reasons why I do this is because one of the reasons why my success rate is very high is because we hand select the people that come to this event. And now we've also made the event smaller. We don't have, before we used to have thousands of people that come, but the problem with that is I can't work with people. Over 2 days, it's going to be me, Marcus, and some of our speakers over 2 days, really helping you develop that. There's three types of wealth in our life: wealth in our time, freedom, wealth in our relationships, wealth in our health, and wealth financially as well. So, yeah. Yasir Khan, I hope that answers your question. Just drop Marcus a message, okay? Caprian, you are great and hopefully you have the luck to come to your event. I'm only going to apply once this webinar is finished. Not a problem. Just head over to wealthmasterylive.com. You can see the URL right there. All right. Okay, John, that really helped. Not a problem. Can you repeat the number again? Yeah, so Jeed, the number is 07958 877-204. I'll copy and paste this into the chat box there. 07958 877-204. All right. Okay. Sarah says, will you give more instructions on how to actually trade at the event? Yes, I'll show you some of the strategies. Sarah, what I'm going to try and do as well is get my hedge fund manager there, but obviously he's very busy, so we'll have to wait and see. Will the event be in March or April? It's going to be in February. So I believe the dates are February 17th and 18th. Of 2018. And what I'm going to do as well is actually I'll probably upload this to my YouTube. So if you're watching this and it's not February, maybe just give our team a message and see if we're going to run the next one. All right. Okay. Jerry says, I'd like to watch the event online because I'm from Africa. Unfortunately, we don't put it online. Yasir says, thank you. I really appreciate your guidance and support, John. Not a problem. Sarah says, thank you. Really enjoyed the webinar. Working on real estate. By the way, if you guys really enjoyed this, type in yes, because if there's enough of you that really enjoy this, I'll probably run more of these. You did. So Jerry does. Haley, Melvin, Jamira, Jonathan, Sahid, Dalina, Demi. All right, you know what? Let me ask you something then. I want to ask you all something. What would you like to learn more about? Okay, so you got five choices. Would you like to learn more about property investment, how to buy and sell and invest in more property? Would you like to do currency trading, how you can take your money and grow your money and trade using an hour a day? Or would you like to start an online business where you can create online websites and make passive income by selling digital products or selling physical products online to the world? Or would you like to grow your existing business? So if you've already got a business and it's making a certain amount of money, you want to make more revenue and more profit, then maybe it's that. Or the last one is maybe you want to become an international speaker, a little bit like what I do, where you get to fly around the world and you get to inspire millions of people around the world and you get to change people's lives and also get paid money to do that. So I want you all to vote, because based on what you vote, my next webinar training will be about that. All right. So I'll give you just a couple of minutes to type your questions in as well, and also vote for one of these. And the person with the highest vote, or the topic with the highest vote, will get the next training live. So, and also do me a favor as well. If you really enjoy this, can you just make a post on your Facebook page or Instagram? Just say, I just attended John Lee's live webinar. It's amazing. Got a lot of value from this. Learned a lot. And next time he's on, and just tag me in the post. Right? Just tag me in the post. I would really appreciate that. All right. So start finishing up. And I know it's really hard to pick all. I know you're like, well, John, I want to know about trading and this and speaker. Just pick one. If you had to pick one, what would it be? All right. So start finishing up. And 5, 4, 3. Come on. I know half of you still haven't voted yet. It tells me how much percentage. Come on. Start finishing up. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And pause right there. All right. So 26% of you property investing, 20% currency trading, 33% how to start an online business, 13% growing a business, 7% becoming a speaker. Okay, so I think there's a clear winner there, which is online business. So I'll make the next one on online business. And by the way, someone asked, what is your social media? Okay, so if you go to Instagram, this is my Instagram page here. So it's instagram.com/John Lee_official. But if you go to there and just type in John Lee, it will come up. I'll put that into the chat box as well, right there. My Facebook page is facebook.com/John Lee Public. Let's come to this page here. So if you just come here and like the page, and then like, and then following, put to see first, turn on all notifications. This is my Facebook page. If you want to add me to YouTube, youtube.com/John Lee Wealth Dragons. So that's my YouTube. It's actually a really good video that I did actually on online businesses. So if you want to come here, I've actually got a video. I've got literally thousands of videos on here. So if you've never come across my stuff on social media before, go through all my videos on here. This is a really good video if you want to learn how to start a business and how to invest in businesses. You'll see that as well. And one thing I really want you to watch is this video here. It's called Life World Class Speaker Mastery, John Lee and Vincent Wong. So make sure you check that out. It's amazing. The people's lives here just changed over 5 days. It's really, really amazing. All right, so make sure you check out some of these. So that's my Facebook page. Go add me there. And my YouTube channel, go add me on YouTube. If any of you are on LinkedIn or Twitter, you can add me as well, so we can connect there. All right. Okay. Any more questions before we finish up? Any more questions? Jerry, I work in a real estate company, but I've been able to make sales. With strategies can I use to get more clients? Absolutely. So, Jerry, we use a lot of these social media strategies to gain more clients as well. Haley says, looking forward to the seminar. Top Gun says, you are great. Thank you. Yasia says, it's really helpful and I will genuinely spread the word. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Kim says that. Gabriella, thank you, John, for the webinar. I want to start my own business. I want to ask you, do you think, can I start with selling my own brand of clothes if I don't have a lot of money right now, or I need to save money to start later? A friend of mine is my big motivation, Gabby from Slovakia. Monica Hudastek is actually my student, so she's amazing, and I love the work she's doing out Slovakia. And we're going to be collaborating. She doesn't know this yet, but we're going to be collaborating together. And Monica, this is something I need to run by you as well. So see if you'd be happy on that, because I want you to inspire more entrepreneurs out there as well. We got Mary, trading, property speaking, all of the above, seriously. Kevin says, yes, learn more about real estate, how to get started, currency trading, online business, please. Not a problem. When is your next webinar? I don't know yet because my schedule is pretty packed. So what I'm going to do is I will send you an email or a text message. So you'll get a text message. I actually sent you all a text message. I'm not sure if you got it or not. So I'll let you know when it is. But if you follow me on social media and just make sure you turn on the notifications, right? Then you'll know exactly how that's done. And if you don't know how to do that, when you come to my Facebook page, make sure you go like and like the page. When it says following, turn on to, you have to click this button here. See first, turn all notifications on. And when you go to somebody's page, when you subscribe, right? So when you subscribe like this, there's going to be a bell here. So you need to click the bell as well. So you have to click subscribe, then click the bell. So otherwise, you're going to miss out on the next webinars and training and events that we have. So just make sure you do that. You have to also do the same on Instagram as well. Turn on notifications on Instagram. I know it's a bit of a pain, but you got to do what you got to do, right? How can I sell from application? Do I have to apply for e-commerce website? No, you can use pre-built ones. Sherry says, thank you for the webinar. Very helpful. Not a problem. Jamila says, can we get a recording of the webinar? I may upload this to YouTube, so check my YouTube channel if it goes out. Melvin, thank you much for the webinar. Facebook link is facebook.com/John Lee Public. How much do Facebook pages sell? Well, I just been offered, I told you, like $57,000 US for mine. I've just been given $50K and I don't know what to do with it. Okay, well, probably best to have a chat with Marcus. Marcus can give you some ideas on what people, because we have a lot of people inherit a lot of money, or they sell their house, or they've been left some money and they actually don't know what to do with it. So make sure that you have a chat with Marcus, and we'll give you some ideas on actually how to do that. Thanks so much, John. Enjoy the webinar. Not a problem. Paul Matt says, thanks for this. What's the finish time on Sunday? Sunday, we'll finish a little bit earlier, around 6 o'clock. So the second day, we finish earlier. So make sure you come for both days. Thanks for the webinar. Very informative. Not a problem. Manpreet says, I'm on an online residential lettings business, but stagnant at the moment. Do you think online property real estate lettings concept in the future? Yes. In fact, we're working on something like that. So make sure you let me know who you are when you're at the event. Thanks for the webinar, so motivating. Looking forward to the next event. Thanks, Demi. I appreciate that. Thank you for an interesting and gorgeous time together. Gulio, thank you so much. Monica says, thank you, John, for everything. Thank you. Manpreet, going online business is a trend. Absolutely, yes. Yes. Great 75. Oh my God, I've not been on 75 minutes, have I? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's only supposed to be 45 minutes long. It's because I'm trying to answer everybody's questions because I get thousands of messages on Facebook with people with questions. I just don't have a chance to answer any of them. So when people make the effort to come on my live trainings like this, then I'm happy to answer people's questions. You're always welcome. Thank you so much. All right. Listen, thank you so much, all of you, for coming on. I'm going to retire for the evening because my wife has just made some beautiful food and I can smell it. It smells really nice. She's an amazing cook, by the way. So thanks so much for coming on. I'll be running more of these webinars. So just look out for your training. Make sure you share these on Facebook as well. Tell people about some of the stuff we're doing. And hashtag John Lee. And, so I can see your post and I can like your post as well. And if you'd like to apply for the 2-day live event that I'm running in London with myself, my guest speakers, go to www.wealthmasterylive.com. Let me know why you want to come. If I think you're right, we're going to give you a call just to confirm it's you. And then if we think you're right for this, then we're going to give you a ticket free of charge to come to the event. And if you've got any questions about mentoring, you want coaching, maybe you want me to mentor you, then send a WhatsApp message or a text to 07958 877 204. Other than that, I know a lot of you have already been accepted to come to Wealth Mastery Live, so congratulations. Really look forward to seeing you, and thanks so much for coming on tonight. Take massive action and do whatever it takes. I'll see you all on social media. Bye for now. Hey, how come you guys are still on? You guys are still on? Come on, you gotta retire for the evening, put your feet up, have a bath, have something nice to eat, and I will see you soon. All right, guys. Kevin Army says, thank you, John, for your time. Not a problem. All right, Raj, see you later. Bye bye.